You're sitting at a table, and someone slides a contract toward you. They say, "Just sign it." Maybe it's your employer, a landlord, a business partner, a dealership, a company. And then the pressure starts. This offer expires today. Everyone signs this. Don't overthink it. Your heart starts racing because something feels wrong, but now you're trapped between two fears. What happens if you sign? And what happens if you don't? So here's the real question. What should you do when someone pressures you to sign a contract? Most people make the same mistake in this moment. They rush because pressure changes how people think. When someone creates urgency, your brain stops analyzing clearly. And companies know this. That's why pressure tactics are so common. People hear things like, "It's standard," "There's no time," "You'll lose the deal." And suddenly, they stop reading carefully. But here's the brutal truth. A signature can create legal obligations that last for years. And once you sign, undoing the damage becomes much harder. In the United States, a contract is not just paperwork. It is a legally enforceable agreement. And many people misunderstand something important. You do not need to fully understand a contract for it to affect you legally. If you sign, the law may assume you accepted the terms, even if you didn't read every line, even if someone rushed you, even if you later regret it. That's why contracts become dangerous when emotion replaces caution. Because buried inside the fine print can be things like hidden fees, legal waivers, penalties, automatic renewals, restrictions on your rights, and many people don't discover those problems until it's too late. Now imagine this. Your employer hands you a document. They say, "Sign this right now." And suddenly you feel trapped because you fear losing your job. So you sign without reviewing it carefully. But later, you realize the document changed important terms. Your pay, your rights, your responsibilities. And now, your own signature is being used against you. And this happens constantly in sales situations too, especially car dealerships. People sit there for hours, emotionally exhausted. Then paperwork appears. Fast talking, fast signing, fast pressure. And people think, "I'll read it later." But once it's signed, the legal situation changes immediately. Because verbal promises mean very little if the written contract says something different. And here's the biggest psychological trap: fear of saying no. People worry about seeming difficult, so they ignore their instincts, even when something feels wrong. But legally, hesitation exists for a reason. Sometimes your instincts notice danger before your mind fully understands it. So what should you actually do? Slow down, read everything carefully, ask questions, and never let urgency force your decision.
If needed, say, "I need time to review this," or "I want legal advice before signing."
Because a legitimate agreement can survive scrutiny. Pressure exists for one reason: to stop you from thinking clearly. In real life, some of the biggest legal problems start with a simple signature. Not because people are careless, but because they were pressured. That's why your strongest protection is not panic, it's patience. Because once you sign, everything changes.